So when somebody is telling you that you are independent as a woman, but you are not enlightened to know what comes with independency, you are just trying to be pleased and also to please other people because you are driving. That doesn't make you an independent woman. Number 3, an independent woman must understand their limits and their boundaries. And I'm going to talk about this in a very deep conversation. And forgive me if I'm gonna get into your nerves, women and men who are watching here, because I'm gonna get so harsh when it comes to knowing your limits and boundaries. If you're a woman, you are so much independent, like we say, you can afford, but you have a man who cannot support, who cannot afford. This is what I tell women every day. You see, do not go beyond your responsibilities. You see, when you go to a company, when you sign a contract, every contract has got a job limit. You have your responsibilities at a certain department. As a supervisor, you have some limits. There's a report you cannot pass your manager and give it to your CEO. When you are giving reports, when you're writing a report as a supervisor, you are answerable to your manager. So as a supervisor, you need to understand that, you know what, there's an incident that has happened and I've written a report. This report has to go to my manager. It doesn't have to go to the MD or to your CEO. You need to know your limits. So as a woman, you are married in this house and you are independent, you're working, and maybe your work is paying more than your husband. Do not overtake your husband. Do not overtake your man. A man can earn less than you, but do not show your powers, your head out. You see, women have been made to feel like it is a competition between women and men to make you an independent. You have to compete with a man. You see, you have been manipulated by these conferences that empower women to feel like, you have to be the same as a man. A woman, you are not the same like a man. You have never seen men walking there with their bellies for 9 months with a child inside. You are not same like men. You are not. A man will impregnate you and run away and leave you with your belly 9 months full. You might even lose your job, but that man will keep on working. You are never same. Let no one, lie to you that you are same as a man. You matter, but you are not same. These are two different things. You matter. We all matter, but we are not same. There are some advantages that a man has that a woman doesn't have. You need to understand that. So when you start to compete with a man, you are going to lose this fight. You need to know your limits. You need to understand that, he is the head of the house. We are equal, but we are not same. I need you to understand that, because people are told that equality, 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 equality. But what kind of equality? You are equal because you are all human beings, born the same way, breathing the same air, working together and working so hardly to make sure that the family is kept happy. But you are not same. Your stomach will be full for 9 months, a woman, in the house. This man will be working on you every night, but you will never see his stomach, coming big for 9 months. Once your stomach is full for 9 months, there are things you can't do. This man, his job is just to come and, make it full, leave you there for 9 months, and he keep on doing the things he used to do. Once yours is 9 months full, you cannot carry something, a baggage, you cannot carry this, you cannot do this, you cannot bend, you cannot dance the twist you used to dance. You cannot even shout. Sometimes when you try to shout, you just, oh my goodness, oh my back, my back, my back, my back. You can't even shout. You've got to understand that we are not same, but we are equal. We matter. All of us matter. So an independent woman, once you understand that we are not same, but we are equal, it is easier for you to know your limits. You have money. You can afford a car for your family. What I said last time, Go with your husband to the showroom and make sure your name is on the the car logbook, but make it to be understood that it is a family thing. Do not, there are some crazy women, but I love you women, because from a woman I was born, and from a woman I was fed, and from a woman I was bred, and I was made to know what is good and bad by a woman. And women still up to date still empower us. But we have to know our limits. Somebody saying, unless all men in Africa are that bad, then please talk about African society alone. No. I'm not talking about African society alone. I'm giving African as an example because I am an African. I know what happens. I did not mention anywhere an African man, but I said African child, because even I'm giving an example of African countries' independence because I know what happens there. I'm not talking about an African man being a bad man, did I? I don't know, maybe somebody missed that. Maybe you missed that point. I did not mention anywhere that an African man is bad. But what I mentioned is, we are not same. A man can do anything and leave you. Like, for example, let me just be rogue. And sorry, because we are all adults. I want to ask you something. As a woman, when you lose your virginity, do you have any way of bringing it back? Once a woman loses her virginity, is there any way a woman can get back that virginity? Is there any way you can hide it to the public that you are not virgin? Is there any way a woman can prove to the world that she is no longer, or she is virgin, when she has lost it? You can never lie. But a man, they can break their virginity and still lie to you that they have never done it. You will never know. They can come to you and tell you that, you know what, I've never done, I don't even know. I've never even seen a woman naked in my whole life. Until I'm this old, I've never seen a woman's naked. A woman has never removed clothes in front of me, but they have slept and slept with a lot of them. So we need to know that even though we are equal, women and men are equal, but we are not same. You need to understand your limit. So when you are an independent woman, understand your limit. Number 4, as an independent woman, be ready to face critics. And I'm going to go deep in this as well. Let me tell you, when you become a woman in the society and you start working and you start earning your money, don't expect that women are going to support you. Critics, your first enemy is a woman. I don't know what is disturbing somebody called Million Roses. Why are you trying to prove to us that you are a man enough? You don't need to prove to people that you are a good man, a man enough. These are the people that sometimes I really get annoyed with. You don't have to prove to people, Million Rose, that maybe you have a man who is a man enough. Nobody said that there are no men out there who are not men enough. Just take it. You don't have to prove. Men don't have to. And this is what I was talking about here. That when a woman buys a car, they feel now they're independent because of that car. You're trying to prove to people. So don't prove to people that you're a man enough. We are not here to prove which man is good. Understand the topic. If you don't understand the topic, you scroll and watch other videos and you stop wasting our time, Millionaire Rose. You know, because it makes other people who are watching my video to get lost in the topic, because you are already lost. You don't know what we are talking about. You are lost. You are discussing something else. You are discussing competition between man and woman. And we are not discussing competition here. We are talking about an independent woman. So if you don't understand, you scroll up or you keep quiet, listen and understand. So independent woman, you need to be ready to face critics. And the first critic that you're going to meet outside here is a woman. When you have developed yourself and understood yourself and made yourself, and you start to become that independent woman, like for example, you start like, you're buying a bicycle, you're buying that, you're building this, you bought this new clothes, you bought that, the first person that is going to criticize you is a woman. Independent women have a lot of hurdles to pass through, among themselves. A woman is not going to be happy because you have passed their limit. Let me tell you, talk about women out there. Like for example, women who are in power. Look how other women have tried to pull them down. Today, for example, talk about, like for example, I want to give an example. I saw last few weeks ago, or maybe few days ago, not even weeks, there's one Kenyan musician rapper called Diana B. I think she's a wife to a certain musician called Bahati or something. This lady just launched her music recently, even though personally I did not like her dressing code when she was launching her music, but that's her choice. She chose to dress the way she dressed, but I did not like it. But when Diana B came out as a rapper and she was launched, and I was going through comments, you could see what women were talking about. Men did not even chambua. The Kenyans talk about kuchambua. I'm telling you, women tried to dig deep into this lady so much. But personally, from my personal view, Diana B is one of those greatest rappers that the world is going to have in the next few years. This is one lady who has the power of rapping, even though what she's doing, when you look at it, when they came to people, when they presented themselves as gospel singers, and then they drifted into rapping. Yeah, that's their life. They choose it. We cannot judge them. We are told that you should never judge. But when you look at her talent, that lady has a talent. But look at what women are commenting out there. Look at what women are talking about. I'm telling you, when you will become independent, when you will attain a certain position, when you will start to gain a certain fame, or you start to become somebody in the society as a woman, the first person who is going to bring you down is your fellow woman. So before you call yourself an independent woman, be ready for critics. Be ready for people who are going to bring you down. Number two, men. Men are going to try as much as possible to get you in the pocket. They are your critics. They will not criticize you. They will not tell you that you're bad. They will try to lure you into their body. They will try to lure you into their box, into their pockets. I see even other people here saying that, laughing about Diana B. Let me tell you, women are going to bring you down, but men are going to bring you down by not criticizing you, but making sure that they derail you. They will derail you. When you become an independent woman, you can buy your own thing, you can rent your own house. And the problem with women as well, when they become independent, they now want to even choose the men that they want to be in relationship with. And that time, once you become independent, men will be rounding you. They will be all over. They will eat your money. And once you are drained, they will disappear. That is where now I'm heading to. An independent woman, when you want to choose a man to be in your life, you don't have to look at what makes you independent. You need to look at support. You need to look at the key value of a man that comes into your life when you become independent. I'm not saying that a woman who is independent is a woman who has money. I'm saying that a woman who is independent is a woman who knows what is good and what is bad. Okay? There's some things, just give me a minute. There's some people that I always do get out of my talks. So, an independent woman, once you are independent, what you need to understand is that you need a man who is full of support. without getting a support from a man, you will become from being independent to a woman who is colonized. Don't worry, Lucy Ndisa, I've already blocked this idiot. So the thing is, when you are an independent woman and you reach a point where you need to start looking for the next level, because I told you in my videos that an independent woman, before you get a man, you need to be independent. In fact, that is the gospel I preach every day. That as a woman, before you get a man into your life, before you accept a man to come into your life, be independent. Being independent, I want to nullify it and to put it down, is not having money. Being independent is not having a job. Being independent is not having a car or something, but being independent is being ready, understanding, have knowledge, have the power to know what is good and bad, have the power to know what you love and what you don't love, have the power to know what you need in life. That is the independence of a woman. You need to be independent for you to understand that you're now independent. You know what you need in life. You need to understand what you don't need in life. That is what independence is all about. It is not about money. It is not about a car. It's not about driving. It's not about, graduating. That doesn't make you independent. You can have everything. You have a job, you have a car you're driving, you have a house, you're paying your own rent, but you're not independent because you don't know what you need in life. Because look, the reason why I say all these things are not independence, what if you lose them? Let's say, for example, for you, you think that independency, being an independent woman, is having a job. So, do you mean you had a job 2020, then 2021, you had a job 2020 and you felt like, okay, I'm now an independent woman. I can pay my rent, I can serve my own food, I can go anywhere I like. Then 2021, you lose your job. Do you now become a woman who is not independent? Do you lose your independence? Do you lose it because you've lost your job? Sometimes we need to figure out things that way. Independence is not having money, or it is not buying a car. It's not being able to pay your rent. Independence is here. It is something of the head. It is the mind. You know what you need in life. You know how to love yourself. You know how to depend on yourself to solve your problems. I think that is what makes it better. You know how to solve your problems without, crying to people. It's not about money. It is not about wealth. It is not about being married. It is not about graduating with masters and degrees. It is about knowing what is good, what is bad, how can I solve this problem? Do I love myself? Do I know who I am? Do I know who my friends are? Do I know which group I'm supposed to associate with? Do I know what exactly the Bible tells me to be as a woman? Do I know what age and what time is okay for me to start dating? Do I know that if I am rejected by men, for example, I was being dated, somebody was dating me and they break up with me. Do I realize that is normal? That is what makes you an independent woman. When you realize that breakups are normal, divorce is okay, starting afresh is fine. Dressing the way you want is okay. When you realize that sometimes sleeping without food is fine because you don't have, that's what gives you independence. It is not your job. It is not your car. It is not your degree. It is not what the society thinks you are. It is what you think you are. Independence comes with a cost to understand yourself spiritually, mentally, emotionally, to support yourself to a capacity where you don't depend on somebody to support you to come out of trauma. Independence comes when you realize that you matter as a woman or a man. Independence comes when you realize that you have been enlightened, you've been empowered to understand that when a man slaps you as a woman, you need to go to report this to police. You don't need to go under bed and, go to work and tell people that, you know what, I slipped over and I fell down and that's why I have scratch here. Go and tell people that I was slapped by him. Take them to court, let them pay you. Independence is you, man, understanding that, you know what, when a woman comes home and slaps you or pours water on you as a man, being an independent man is that time that you know that you need to go to court, take that woman to police, write a case down. Don't be naive. Don't fear to go tell the society that this woman poured water on me. There are men and women suffering under roofs because they cannot go and tell it outside there that a woman slapped them or a man slapped them. Don't slap back. Molly, don't slap back. No. Go and report it. That is what makes you an independent woman or an independent man. When you know you're right. You know where it gets you. Don't slap them back, Molly. Molly, don't become that. Molly, don't teach my students bad manners, Molly. I will kick you out of the class. When we were studying, when I was in school and you could you act weirdly, the teacher would kick you out of the class. So don't make me kick you out of the class, Molly. Being independent woman is understanding that, you know what, when a man forces himself on you, even when they are your boyfriend or they are your husband, they force themselves on you, you need to report it. Independence is that man who knows that when a woman forces you to do it, you have to report it. That is what independence is all about. Guys, delete independence to linking independence with material thing. Delete linking independence to material thing. That is not independence. Independence is something that comes from within. When you know yourself, when you understand yourself, when you can lift yourself up, when you are down. Sometimes things are not just working well in your life. You go to work, the manager is just, quarreling with you. You are driving, because you're thinking too much, you overspeed, traffic police on you. Stop your car. You get a ticket. You park your car, you go home, you get out, it's been scratched at the car park. You get inside the house, the kids have, thrown down your television that you just bought last month with the money that you've been saving. The screen is torn into pieces. You go to your bedroom, everything is, when your life is miserable, are you able to sit down, to relax, to humble yourself, to meditate, and talk to your God and calm yourself down? Or are you that woman who, after going all those processes, a manager backs at you, you got a ticket from the traffic police, you get home, the TV is torn into pieces, the kids are doing that, then with all those things, you start quarreling. You are not independent, even if you're paying the rent. You are not. Because inside you, there is something that you have not fixed. Independence comes from within. It is not something that is from outside. If your independence is the money that you're counting, you are not yet there. You are still crawling in terms of independence. You need to get back to yourself and understand that independence is something that is from within. That's why most of our ladies are naive. A lady doesn't have money, she thinks she's not independent. A lady doesn't have a job, she thinks she's not independent. A lady cannot pay rent, it is only her husband paying rent. She thinks, no, I'm not independent. It's my husband paying my rent. Still, I'm not independent. I'm still struggling. I'm still hustling. I wish I'm independent. You are independent. You just need to open your head and know what makes you independent. It is not the money. It is not having a degree. It's not having a husband. It is not having a home. It is not wedding. It doesn't make you independent. What makes you independent is understanding yourself. Starting to love yourself the way you were created. Starting to fall in love with yourself. Last time I told you, make it a habit to seduce yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror and, just talk to yourself that, you know what? Baby, you are so beautiful. You know, sometimes for me, I take pictures. Sometimes I don't share them on social media. I share pictures at times, but most of my pictures, if you check my gallery, is full of photos. But you know what? For me, I take that picture, I look at it, and I say, you boy, young man, you're so handsome. Man, you are so handsome. Be careful because these ladies are going to fight for you. I tell myself that. Because I believe that I am an independent man. I love myself. I trust that God created me handsome. Yes, I just take a picture. I just snap myself. I just take a selfie. And I look at the selfie and I smile. I say, oh boy, you so handsome, boy. You gorgeous. That makes me feel proud of myself. I go outside there, somebody tells me, why are you looking ugly? I don't ask him. I don't even bother asking him that, why are you saying that? I don't bother. Because I took a selfie. I looked myself at the mirror and I saw that I'm handsome. That's all I take outside there. But you know what we do? We take a photo, we put it on social media. We take these, what do we call them? These photo editing apps, and we edit it, we make it soft, and then we put it on social media. Then people start to comment, oh, beautiful, oh, gorgeous. Girl or boy, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Come on. Ask yourself, if you remove the makeup, the foundations, and you don't take your photo to these apps to make it clean and you post it, are you sure you love that picture? Are you sure you're going to get those likes from people outside there? You are not independent. Independent woman takes that photo without makeup and looked at herself and says, oh yeah, girl, I am so beautiful. I know I have scars in my face. I know I have pimples in my face. I know I have, baggy face, but I am so beautiful because God created me beautiful. I'm telling you, it will not matter to you even if your picture appears on social media and it looks ugly and people say that, oh no, how does she look? It won't matter to you. That is what we call independence. That is what we call independence. It is not, having money and, using these apps to make yourself to upgrade your face. And then people say, oh, beautiful, oh, gorgeous, oh, you look great. But inside you, you know that this is not you. This is a Photoshop. This is just a cleansing. You do this makeup. These apps nowadays can even give you a lipstick. They can give you... They're called what? Molly, last time you were asking me something. Is Molly still watching? Molly, there's a video that I did so close, filter. Molly, you were watching and you asked me, Molly asked me if I put some eyelashes. Molly, was it lashes or something? When you look at me, these ones, I have long ones. So if I bring the camera so close, you might think that I'm having eyelashes. So I did a video so close and Molly was asking me, boy, did you put eyelashes on your face? Man, when God was creating me, He did a very good job. Sometimes my fiancée tells me that, oh, I wish I had your eyebrows. And I tell her that, you know what? You're beautiful. Your eyebrows are just yours because God knew that you're perfect with that. God gave me this. They're just mine. Look at yourself and appreciate what you're made of. That is what makes you independent. You're made perfect. You see, look at your body, look at yourself. That's where independence starts. So, girls and boys who are watching me today, if you don't have a job, you're still hustling, you're still trying to get a job, you're still not married, you're still not completed your course, you're still undergoing a degree course, you did not go to school, but you're struggling there, selling burgers. The Kenyans call it mama burger, other people call it, hustling and all that. You are independent. Start loving yourself. Start taking those selfies and keeping them in your phone. Don't post them on social media. Keep them on your phone. Look at them sometimes and appreciate how beautiful you are. Don't do makeup. Just take it without makeup. Look at yourself. You have scars. Appreciate it. That is what makes you. That is where independence starts. I tell Africans that, you know what? If we don't accept that we are Africans, we are not independent.